cities. Nobody's putting it in the news because the founders of Israel are the Rothschilds. They took their money in the early 40s, and they bought Palestine. They came from England, and these guys have to understand that the Rothschilds are the owners of BlackRock. BlackRock owns 90% of the television, information, journalism, and all that. People, I'm not racist, man. I'm Christian. I'm from South Lebanon. We've got Shiites, we've got Druzes, we've got Sunnites in the south. And you don't see the hatred that you see coming out of the States, coming out of the other countries where the communication is controlled by these people. These are hatred people. What's going to happen very soon, you will understand it. The world is going to be the world. I'm not talking about Palestine. I'm not talking about Lebanon. I'm not talking about Canada alone. The world is going to be a prison. Palestine is an example. Palestine is an example. This is going to be the example that all over the world, in Canada, in the States, we are all going to be in a 15-minute cities. They are going to be prisons. Watch it, guys. World, understand what's happening. This is not a bluff, man. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah. So they did it with Palestine. They're going to do it in Montreal. They're going to do it in Calgary and Ontario. They're going to all do it. 15-minute cities. And that's what it is. And Gaza is a 15-minute city. Mm-hmm. And they control the water. They control the hydro. They control the information. Wake up, people. Wake up. This is no bullshit. And if the world doesn't wake up, we're going to end up just like them all over the world. BlackRock is exactly what Carl Schwab is the message that Carl Schwab is sending. Watch it, guys. Wake up. Wake up. I was about to go to my wife's village, which it's in the south, but it's in the area of Sur, okay, and we couldn't move because Mace Jabal was being bombarded. There's a gentleman from the Lebanese army who had nothing to do. He was sitting down at the post. He doesn't have no rifle, nothing. They were talking, and boom, he got bombarded by Israel. Nobody's talking about that in the news. And the guy is a Druze. He's not even a Christian. There's a lot of innocent people. Israel's been throwing things right and left. Do I condemn violence? Yes, I do condemn violence. But one way or the other, guys, if you don't stand up for your rights, you will be oppressed just like Israel has been doing to the Palestinians. It was Palestine. Go and look in history. Golda Meir tells you openly, I am Palestinian. She's dead today. I am Palestinian and I have a Palestinian passport. But the people that are controlling Israel right now are not the Israelis that the Jews that were living in Palestine.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Exactly.
It's
a secular government.
It's the Kazakhs. The government is controlled by the Kazakhs. The Kazakhs come from Europe. They are racist. Mm-hmm. They are people that want everything. And please don't write that the USA are devils. It's not the USA. It's still the Rothschilds, man, guys. It's a freaking family with the Rockefellers, their cousins. These guys are controlling the world. You want to hurt the Rothschilds? You want to hurt these people? Take your money out of the bank. Take your money out of the bank, buy gold, and watch what's going to happen to them. They're going to drop. They're making money out of your money. They control the banks. Wake up. See, just to tell you, Susu, just to tell you, I just want to tell you, in Lebanon, there's no control on TikTok. See, I don't know how do I couldn't even talk to you when I was back in Canada. Okay, and now I have the chance to tell you what's happening. So people, please don't judge because people are Muslim or they have hijabs. It doesn't mean that Susu has a hijab that she's for violence or not.
Exactly.
But you have to understand, people, that she is a person that believes in God, and she, like us Christians, we go to church. She has her way of praying. So it doesn't mean that she's a extremist.
Thank you.
Okay.
The thing is, people see Muslims or women in hijabs and they automatically equate it to supporting terrorism. That's super Islamophobic and anti-Arab and very ignorant.
That's ignorance. Bravo, Habibi. That's ignorance. I've been following Susu for over 2 years. Over 2 years. Okay. I've seen her. I've seen the smiles and the tears. Okay, I've seen, and I always send her the messages. And this is the first time. I swear to God, this is the first time I talk to her. Okay, she in live. Okay, I find her funny. Sometimes she goes on the borderline. Sometimes I feel like slapping her hand, but it's her. This is Susu. Okay. Okay, one day I'll come to Ontario and I'll make you meet my wife and my daughter. They're freaking out right now in Canada, okay? My wife has been crying, okay? And I told her, don't worry. Hey, if it's my time, it's written in the skies, you understand? Allah comes and gets you. And by the way, Allah is God in Arabic. It doesn't mean it's the Muslims' God or the Christians' God. We have one God. Okay, just wake up, people, man. She's not an extremist. This lady, it's true. She got kicked a couple of times down to the floor with her family experience that she had with her ex and all that. It's only normal that she's
frustrated. Don't too much about me.
No, I can see.
Okay, it's only normal, but you gotta understand. She's a good person. She's a good-hearted person. The only thing, please don't judge the people by the cover. Please, guys, I'm talking to all of the people that are listening to us. I've got family in the USA. I've got family in Europe. I've got family all over the world. It doesn't mean that or they're Muslim or Christian. It doesn't mean that they're bad guys.
So you're okay wishing death on Americans in America? Who said that?
No one's wishing death on America.
Okay, so I've been seeing, I'm one of the moderators. I've been seeing a lot of Christian, Western Christian extremists or, extreme Zionists going off as if Palestinian Christians don't exist. They very much do exist. And they will tell you they suffer exactly like the Muslims who are there under the oppression of the IDF. Now, all Israelis are not alike. They are not. There's very amazing people in Israel, all right? But the government is not even pro-people. They're a whole separate entity, and they don't care about any type of Palestinians. They just want for themselves to be there. Okay, and the fact that you guys cannot see that or cannot understand or sympathize with it, it's mind-boggling.
It's not only that, Habibi. It's not only that. Most of those things that are happening on the ground right now in Israel, if I want to tell you, in Jerusalem, just like it's not in Gaza. In Jerusalem, where they have been living, the Palestinians, Christians and Muslims, they've been living in Jerusalem, which was an international city. They've been, since that speech from Trump, And I'm not condemning Trump, because Trump did a lot of good things in the world. He's been doing, he did a lot of good things for the world, but that was a great mistake. And it was his son-in-law that pushed him to do that, because he is a Kazakh. His son is his grandparents were Kazakhs, okay? And these guys are super racist. They are Zionists.
Exactly.
Zionism is not the Jews. Please understand that.
Exactly. There's two separate things.
Two separate identities in Israel right now, in Palestine, because I always say Palestine, okay? Because Palestine was a good land, just like Canada was when they took in all the different nationalities and the different religions, okay? Palestine was just like that. But what happened is when the Kazakhs walked in, they bought that land, and history will say it. Just there will be a ground movement, and eventually, and you will understand that under that city, Jerusalem, under that city, there was no control by the Jews or whatever. Like I told you, Golda Meir. Okay, before she left the politics, she said it. She says, I wasn't in Israel. I have a Palestinian passport. There was no problem since the problem started when the Kazakhs walked in. And these guys want to control the land. You're not seeing it in the news, like I told you. They've been in Jerusalem. The guy is a businessman, comes from the States, took his retirement, took all of his money, went to Israel, and he's been buying a house that's not his. Well, when I say buying, he's buying a permit to kick you out of the house, not giving these people a penny. This is history that's they're doing it again since 1947.
It's repeating itself.
Repeating itself. Thank you very much. I'm tired. Don't forget, over here it's 5 o'clock in the
5 a.m.
Yeah. And guys, I'm gonna let you go because tomorrow I have to pack up and gotta go to Beirut, because they say from here to Friday something very, very big is gonna happen. My wife comes from Dibil. Okay, Dibil is in the south of Lebanon, and it's right beside Ramesh. Her mother comes from Ramesh, and Ramesh was bombarded savagely by Israel. Savagely. And it's a Christian village, guys. Ramesh is a Christian village. So please, it's not a thing that it's religious. This war that's happening, it's not religious, guys. I'm telling you, I'm Canadian. I was born and raised in Montreal. I come to Lebanon. I came to fix my teeth for one, because it's a lot cheaper, and I'm retired right now. I used to work for the city of Montreal, and now there's a lot of bad movement. There's bad vibes, man. There's bad vibes, and the Americans are coming with a ship full of missiles and full of airplanes. They want to stand and they said to Lebanon, if you put your nose into this war, we're going to come after you. Hey, I hope Russia walks in and stops this bullshit, because this cannot go on. This thing cannot go on. This thing cannot go on. So yeah, and tell your father, Kaukaba is going to be one of the areas that are going to get, because Rachel Fakhar is one of the areas that's going to get bombarded. It was back. Okay.
What about Barlyas or Shtura?
Shtura could be a place that they want to control. Don't forget, when Israel left in 1999, don't forget, all of South Lebanon was controlled by them. They even dug They dug. We have 7 big veins of water in Lebanon, natural water, soft water, and they dug 55 meters with a pump, that turbine that used to push the water directly to north of Israel. And this water, we don't put no stop to that water. Whatever we used, and the rest was the litany and all that. They used to pump that water directly. When the government walked in, the army, and they found out and they stopped it, they went to the UN saying, "Hey, they're stopping our water." Well, we never put any barrage. You know, I don't know how to say it in English there, where they stop the water and they collect the water like in Bay James we do in Canada. Okay.
What is it? The dam?
We don't do no dams in Lebanon. The water goes and continues and goes to Israel. But Israel put a pipe and was taking the water straight to Israel. They're over the law, these people. And don't forget, the UN, it's the Kazakhs. All the big organizations in the world, it's all them controlling. So wake up, world, man. You've got 150 people that are controlling the world, and you're taking sides. Don't take no sides. Take the side of the people. Don't take the sides of the billionaires, multi-billionaires. Wake up. Wake up, guys. I'm going to let you go. Susu, take care of yourself. Hope a safe way for your father. I don't know when I'm going to be able to leave the area, but I'm packing up all my luggage. I'm going to put this in the car. I rented a car. I can't even go and bring the car back. I don't even know what to do.
توصل بالسلامة إن شاء الله. Safe flight.
Thank you very much, Susu. And eventually, Susu, I'm telling you, eventually when I go to Ottawa, I have to go to Ottawa because my aunt, my Khali's wife's mom passed away 40 days ago, and I'm going to Ottawa. Hopefully I could find out your phone number so I can call you so you can meet my talented daughter and my super good cook wife.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
Okay, Habibi, you take care of yourself. And let these don't bother at arguing with ignorance. Ignorance not bring intelligence. Yeah. These people are ignorant who say that because you wear a hijab you are a extremist. No, man, it's because she respects her side of the Quran. And there's other Muslim people. There's other Muslims that are respectful and everything. They pray, but they don't wear the hijab, and it's only normal. It's us. I'm Christian. I don't wear the cross. It's exactly the same thing, guys.
Yeah, same.
Yalla, people. I love you guys. You take care of yourselves.
God bless. Be safe.
And God give us peace.
Amen.
Okay, Habibi. Yalla, take care.
You too. Yalla, bye.
Bye.
Why don't Muslims respect Christians? That's actually crazy because I've gotten more love from Muslim as a Christian than from Christians.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Man, I learned a lot from him. It was very nice.
He was very smart.
Let's see who's next.
Stay with me. This is just ridiculous.
Hi.
You know, I feel like this whole conflict is so horrible either way, but I always been free Palestine. Like, I always been like very advocate about it. Cause like honestly, I saw the movie Farha. Oh, it broke my heart. Like, it literally broke my heart. Like, I'm sorry. I know that people in Israel are suffering too, like the civilians too, but I've seen worse from Palestinian people. Like, I saw worse stuff. No.
That's what's happening. It's what's happening on both sides. It's horrible. Yeah. I'm not saying that they deserve it. Of course, nobody deserves it.
No one deserves that. No. But, like, I can't. Like, I've seen, like, children, like, cry and, like, their parents got killed or their dad. Oh, it's just so heartbreaking.
It is worse because the Palestinians don't have the same resources as Israelis. But, like, let's be real.
Yeah, let's be
Like,
real.
the Israeli people, the innocent people, they have nothing to do with the government, but they have more things to hide from. You know, like they have bomb shelters they can hide easier. Palestinians, they don't have that. In Gaza, they don't have that. So when they run for cover, they're basically just in open air fields. Like, they're gonna get hit.
Yeah, and like they were taken out of their homes, and like last year I saw like they were coming into their mosque, like beating them. I was like, what the hell? Like, no.
Y'all started it. Seriously? This is not new, guys. This is not something that just started. We didn't start anything. This has been happening for years, since before you were even born. For you to come here, Bella, and say that you started it is a very ignorant statement of you to say. You don't know what's happening. If you don't know what's happening, we'll talk.
Isabela.
It's annoying. Like, it's annoying because last year no one said anything when we were getting attacked. Like, literally in their mosque. No one said anything. Yes, it's horrible. It's horrible that Israel, the people are going through that, but I didn't see anybody putting the Palestinian flag last year or anything. I don't think I saw anybody do that.
Susu, how are you?
Now these celebrities are like putting their 2 cents and their heartbreaks. I get it. It's heartbreaking, but no.
I just wanted to ask a question. I think a lot of Americans look at the news and they go, wow, look what happened to all these Israeli families, and they associate Hamas with Palestine.
Exactly.
And I'm guilty of that. I didn't know that the Palestinians didn't like Hamas.
Yeah. It's like there's a difference between the Israeli government and the Israeli people, and like like they should just end completely from both sides. There should be a stop to it.
Why does Palestine why does Palestine allow Hamas to stay in Palestine?
They have no power. Regular people, everyday people barely have power.
Just like this Israeli can't do anything about the Zionist or whatever.
They can't do anything about it. There's nothing they can do. It's not in their hands to do anything.
It's out of their power. It's horrible.
And there are, and this is new to me, listening to this conversation, there are a lot of Christian Palestinians.
Yeah. They're the minority, but they're still there.
And their churches have been demolished by the Zionists.
Mm-hmm. Because I really think that what you're doing here on TikTok tonight is pretty informative. I've been, like most Americans, I think, associating Palestine with extreme Muslim terror groups.
Yeah.
But not all Muslims are terrorists. You know that, right? Like, I
mean, of course not.
And your everyday Palestinian doesn't support Hamas. Like, that's a Western media ideology.
And you just can't get rid of Hamas. You can't get them out of your
it's
cities.
Like ISIS and Syria.
It's like the regimes in Afghanistan or stuff like that.
Yeah, like Taliban, how they took over. You know, everyday people can't fight against them. They have no power.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on and explaining this, because I've really never understood the aggression between Israel and Palestine anyway, except there was a big fight for land, which has been going on forever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
I do, and this isn't any hatred towards people, you know, like, this isn't like, no, it's more like, it's angering because I do think that anyone that quickly went out to support Israel, I do feel like they're not for free Palestine, no matter how much they try to say, like, oh, yeah. I feel like if you to put up the Israeli flag, I think it does give me a little bit of like supporting a government that terrorizes Palestinians. it does give me that. I don't know why. I feel like it's like, just no. I'm all for
Why
free
did
Palestine.
Hamas behead babies? Again, Hamas is not the whole of Palestine. I don't know why there's a lot of dense people out there in this world. One group
So much
does not
density.
count for a
Yeah.
whole country, a whole people.
Hi,
Just like
everyone.
Zionist is not the whole of Israeli people. Like, hello.
Yeah, or
Thank you,
Jewish
Prince.
people. Jewish people are not to blame at all for this. Like, there's a difference. Like, I think Jewish people did go through enough with the Holocaust. And yes, but I do feel like the Zionists don't need to take it out on the
Hi, Mr.
Muslim
Curve.
people.
Mr. Curve?
Of course.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing?
Oh, it's MP. Sorry, I thought I said Mr.
That's okay. No
Maybe
problem.
glasses.
How are you guys? One thing, I'm not Palestinian, or I'm not Jewish. I'm what you call a bad Catholic. I'm Cuban American.
Yeah, I'm also not Palestinian or Jew or Israeli.
I'm a bad.
I'm Honduran.
I believe a little bit in every religion. I deal my line of work. I deal with practically the entire world, and people bucket people as they want, and the extremist is bad, and there's extremists in everything, in everybody.
Yeah.
There's extremists, right? One thing that I want to share with you: oppression is what is happening here, right? It's exactly the same thing, or not exactly the same thing, but similar to what's happening in my homeland that I had to leave, Cuba, right? In Cuba, the only weapon that people have to fight back, because people say, "Oh, how come the Cuban people don't fight back?" Well, the only weapon we have to fight back is rocks. Rocks, and you can't. They try fighting back in July, and what happened? People get arrested, people get killed, people get thrown in the in jail. And I feel as I get more educated with Israel and Palestine, I feel that the Palestinians are doing that. They're I condemn Hamas because that's not, to me, it doesn't represent the people of Palestine.
Yeah.
I truly believe that the people in Palestine want to be better, want to get better, want to have what the other side of that border has, right? And I think everybody needs that opportunity. I do think governments that oppress people of the basic needs of water, the basic need of medicine, the basic needs of all the necessary things to live with, it's not good, and that's what you're seeing now. I do believe, and I know I'm going to hear it. I want to hear it from my Israel partners. I do believe that Israel needs to give up some land, or that land, or whatever land needs to get, and share the land. The land is there's no borders. There should not be any borders.
It shouldn't be fought over.
Right, there should not be any borders. Everybody should be able to live together. But I'll tell you my experience, because I've been to Israel. As soon as I walked by an area where there were extreme Israel, I guess that's what you call them, I did get spit at, because they thought I was a stranger, because I went to a Christian retrieval. And that gave me a bad impression, right? But I also think that the Jewish people need to have some, right? So the hatred needs to stop. If we all get cut, we all bleed the same color. We're all humans. My wife's grandparents are from Lebanon, and and I had a little taste of what Lebanese food is. And imagine if we could all get together and share, our culture, right? And it's all about culture and sharing culture, right? Imagine that, how good this world will be, instead of having this hatred. This is my land, this is your land. this is my money. Let me, and we share the resources. Earth is here, and there's enough resources for everybody, right? For everybody. That's why Earth is here. But unfortunately, there are individuals that want to keep it all for themselves and oppress others, right? And oppress others. And when you start oppressing people, that's what happens. People start
too much genocide.
Revolution, and they start a revolution, and you have what you have now. It's you're gonna bomb me, I'm gonna bomb you. It's wrong. It's wrong what's happening. There's no right or wrong.
I fully agree.
No right or wrong. And Susie, I don't know if I pronounce your name. And with all due respect, you have beautiful eyes.
Aww.
You do. Yeah, you're so pretty.
My eyes are like my number one insecurity, so I appreciate it.
No, you have beautiful eyes. That's why I was going through my TikTok, and those are nice.
A lot of Arab people tend to be beautiful. Like,
my
Lebanese,
wife,
that's why.
You're Lebanese?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, my wife has the same eyes as you do.
I know, I'm sure she does. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah. So I thank you guys. And this is really good because I've been in other chats and it's not as positive. It's not as positive as this. I know it's a lot of hatred. We need to stop the hatred.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me today.
Of course, anytime.
Buenas noches.
Adios.
Adios.
Latino gang.
I feel like one of the main reasons why I'm so for Palestine is because I think Muslim people have this energy where they're so peaceful and like welcoming. Like, people assume always the worst of like Arab people, and like I don't get it. Like at airports, everyone like so discriminatory, and like I never got that. Like, I don't know why. Like, and I read this book that I really liked it. It's called 1,000 Suns. I don't know if you heard of it. And it talked about the experience of a young girl living in Afghanistan and how her mother literally committed suicide, unfortunately. And like she was living on this, I don't know if it's like the regime in Afghanistan before that, during those times, like in 70s or 80s, I think. And the story really touched me, and it was like it's like not inspiring, but it was super like heartbreaking what she went through. Like,
focus on peaceful people.
I guess like she was married off when she got older, and like it was so like, I don't know. It was like
Wally Fox. Let's see what Wally Fox said. Wally.
Hi, Susu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. It's fine. I'm almost home. Originally I'm also half Lebanese, half Jordanian, but I live in the United States. I've been here since 2010. I just want to tell all the guys that they're dropping comments left and right, and United States, I don't know what's going on in Canada, but I want to tell the American guys that they're dropping all these comments. United States killed its own people in Hawaii to take their properties. It burned them alive. It stopped them from leaving. They put a block, and then they trapped them in the fire so they can die. So after that, the next 3-4 days, they can go and offer like 10 cents to the dollar to buy their properties. People needs to wake up. There's an agenda that it's happening. The only way for that agenda to happen is to keep people divided. If you guys unite, if you unite, we can end this. But by keeping everybody divided and create and make, how can I say this, and grow the hate between each other, that's how they control you. you have to understand, there's a lot for them in their eyes. There's a lot of living human beings on Earth that needs to be cut in half, and the other half that they're not them needs to be controlled. And this agenda is happening. And I'm not a dumb person. I'm a network engineer and a cybersecurity engineer. I'm educated, and I can see, and I look from outside the box. So people needs to wake up. Look what's going on with the Amish right now. Amish is basically the old-fashioned American people who lives in farms and stuff, and they're shutting down their farms. They're shutting down their farms in Sweden. I guess in Sweden also they're shutting down farms and food supplies, and they're creating food for you in labs. You know what I mean? And then I believe 2 weeks ago I was going through a documentary that now there's human flesh steak available in the market. And then influencers, big influencers are promoting this. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things going on, and if people not gonna wake up, it's gonna be too late. There's bad apples everywhere, and I'm addressing this to the bad apples, because there's Jewish people, there's good Jewish people, there's bad Jewish people. Same thing goes with Christians, Muslims, everybody. And the bad apple, if you're not gonna wait, don't think. And this message goes to whoever creating or participating in creating this chaos. If you're not gonna stop, don't ever think that you're one of them, because once they're done with us, they're coming after you.
Yeah, I agree. And guys, it's not a conspiracy what he said about what happened in Hawaii. Like that's actually true about them stealing land. I've seen videos from people who are indigenous to Hawaii talking about it, making videos and saying that they were doing that on purpose so they can literally buy the land for cheap and build on it. It's not a conspiracy.
My previous I used to work for a guy. He's a Jewish guy, don't get me wrong, but he's an awesome guy. He's a really great person, and you will not, and I'm telling you, there's good apples everywhere and there's bad apples everywhere. He has a house in Maui that he lost, that literally, that happened with him. They offered him and they weren't there. Thank God they weren't there. But the next 3 days of the fire, he got offered not even passing $200,000 for a house that it's worth above $1.5 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
They're literally and guys, people needs to look what's going on. Look at, it's, I don't know. They need to create a distraction, right? They need people not to see what's going on, and they need people to look the other way. And regarding Palestinians in Palestine, yeah, they cannot do anything with Hamas. Same thing when we were in Lebanon. We cannot do anything with Hezbollah. Try to stand in front of Hezbollah and tell them, don't kill innocent people. They'll shoot you on the spot. Yeah. What you gonna do? You have no weapons, nothing. Same thing, I'm sure, same thing with Jewish people in Israel who are protesting against their government. Same thing, whoever, well, in United States, you'll disappear from your house. Probably I'll be tracked today, which is, I'm fine with that, but it's like in places that there's no human rights, like the Middle East, unfortunately, you will get killed on the spot. Nobody gonna ask for you. You will get disappeared, you and your whole family. You know what I mean? So you can't come blame Palestinians because of Hamas. They have no control over that. And same thing, American people. You guys don't have, and I think the Canadian also. You guys don't have control over your government. Look what's happening in your schools. They're taking away your kids. your kids. I'm not against anybody. Everybody has the freedom of expressing themselves. But when you go take 7 and 6 years old kids and start teaching them, you know, putting books in the school system, teach sexual activities, and then try start brainwashing them to change their gender and start giving them hormone blockers at 12 years old.
Let's not
11-year-old. 11-year-old, like they don't know even what their parts are made for. They don't even know anything yet. These are innocent kids. You know, Joe Biden went on TV and said that your kids are not your kids, it's the government kids. So people need to see this.
That's a whole other discussion for a whole other day.
No, but I mean, it's all together.
No, I know.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I do appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Susu.
Hi.
I just wanted to say you're absolutely amazing for using your platform for this. I think it's beautiful that you're doing this. And I don't want to come off as conspiracy-ish or anything like that, but I actually just wanted to ask you, and maybe you could tell me what you think of this perspective. But for me, I find it very, very hard to believe that Israel, right, it has the greatest army intelligence of the world. And if they're not the greatest, one of the greatest, and then you have America and all of these huge countries supporting you, that people came down in parachutes. Hamas came down in parachutes and shot up along the border at a festival. Now, I'm not saying that it did happen, but for me, I feel like that this is just another like narrative, kind of like what they did with 9/11, where they give people a reason to believe that certain people are terrorists and there's certain people are whatever, so that we can all support them going in and, you know, slaughtering people and doing whatever they did, you know, in Iraq or in Afghanistan. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I just feel like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, Israel has incredible security and army. Their intelligence is like far and beyond what we can even probably comprehend right now. They're much more, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so I just don't understand how conveniently, you know, people come down in parachutes and are shooting up this festival. And now all of a sudden, America's on the way to come and save the day. And they're sending all of these people in the army to come and save the day. And to me, it's just all too convenient. It's like they're giving us a show, or the American and Canadian people a show, so that we can be like, okay, yeah, go and done off the rest of the Palestine. And it's so weird when I hear people have these discussions, because they're making it seem like, you know, when, not to be rude, but to I think the Hispanic man that was speaking earlier, it's like, well, why don't you just like give back the land? No, the land is Palestinian land and they took the land. There's no, like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, I get it. I haven't really thought of it that way.
I know it might sound a bit crazy, but it's just so crazy to me. Like, out of nowhere, all of a sudden.
No, there's no such thing as crazy, babe. Anything is possible these days.
It just doesn't make sense. It just seems like it's a setup like they did with 9/11, in my personal opinion. And I'm not saying all of 9/11 was set up, but it just, as years go by, we find out more and more truth. And it's looking like America set that up, you know? And then ran into a country and slaughtered and took everything that they wanted. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening now. Israel has needed a reason.
That's definitely an option. Like,
you know, Zionists have wanted a reason to do what they're doing right now, and that's surrounding the entire border of, you know, like, it's just, and the way that the news and the propaganda in America and Canada is right now, it's just so obvious that there's like an agenda. I was watching this video and the lady said how when the Israel people are killed, it's called, oh, they were killed. But then when they're talking about the Palestinians, they're dead. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, just the terminology in itself, it's like, oh, Israel people are getting murdered.
Israelis killed, Palestinian dead.
You get what I'm saying? It's insane to me. Like, the narrative is right in our face. So, like I said, I don't like to get too into conspiracy or whatever, but I do believe that there's I feel like if you have a mind and you're a free thinker, as I am, because I am neither Jewish, from Israel, or Muslim. I'm Christian, okay? As a free person from the outside looking in, there is a clear narrative for over 50 years, you know, since this all began, and how America and Canada is protecting Israel. And I don't want to go as far to say this, but I've met Jewish people in my life, and I feel like Zionists and Jewish people, it's different almost. And I'm not going to get too much into that.
100% they're different.
Because when I speak to Jewish people, they don't agree with what's happening. Like they don't, like at least the ones in my life, you know, I have a couple family friends and they don't agree with this. But then when you speak to Zionists, it's like Palestinians are demons. It doesn't matter if they're children. Everybody needs to go. They're ruining. Like, no, like it's scary and it's heartbreaking. I just had a child about 9 months ago. He's 9 months now. And I'm watching videos of Palestinian fathers picking up their children, dead kids and all of this. And to look into the comments and to see people from Israel or support of Israel saying like these children deserve it. Like, I feel like God sees all, right? God sees everything. And I don't know. Sorry. I'm like going on a tangent, but it's just, I can't comprehend it. And I'm trying to make sense of it because it's just not making, obviously it doesn't make any sense. It's evil at work. I feel like this is the devil at work, you know?
You know, if only everybody thought like you with like an open mind and actually thought of it from both sides. You're not Muslim and you're not Jewish. You're just looking at it from both sides.
Yeah.
And then there are people in the comments where they're like,
they're disgusting.
Demolish Palestine.
Yeah.
Erase it off the face of the earth. Like,
and don't get it twisted. I do feel for anybody on the Israel side that has died because it's not the soldiers dying. It's the people dying. You understand what I'm saying? So I do feel for any death, whether it's, you know what I mean? I don't care where you're from. If you're from Rwanda, you know what I'm saying? Or Somalia, or you're from Syria. It doesn't matter where you're from. People dying is a horrible thing, especially when it's because of the government in itself, right? Because majority of the people on both sides, yes, they might have views and opinions on what they like and what they don't like, but they don't have the weapons to go and kill anybody and take over a country. That's the government, right? So it's like, it sucks and it makes me so sad. And I don't know if I can pray enough, you know? I feel like I'm not praying enough for the people of Palestine. I don't know what I can do. And it's like, even trying to find organizations to donate money to or send money to, it's like, is the money actually going to where it needs to go? Because we know how a lot of these non-profitable organizations go. And being a Canadian and in North America in general, like they're not making it easy for us to help Palestine. We'll just say that. When it comes to Ukraine, there's so many places you can call and donate to. But when it comes to Palestine, it's very difficult to find trusted groups to do it. So I myself need to maybe reach out in my community and find, you know, the Palestinian community within where I live and maybe go through it that way. But I want to help so bad. I just don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
Spreading the word, spreading it and speaking on it, I think is the most important part. Because I have so many friends, you know, because I'm from Toronto, Ontario, right? So many people here just so privileged and have no comprehension of really what is happening. It's really messed up. And it sucks too, because I feel like this is why, once again, going back to it, I feel like this is a show being put on right now. Like America wants us to believe that Palestine is so bad because it's like, this has been going on forever. How many Palestinians have died? How many? Like, there's probably not a number that we can, you know what I mean? An actual number that we know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, somebody's there. My bad. I'm like talking so much.
Hello, Susu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. I've been watching your live for a while now, and I'm just so upset to see such hatred, such hateful comments, wishing you death, talking about your children. And it's made me so sick.
Yeah.
It's I'm a Mexican. I have a Mexican American, and I support Palestine. Watching. I mean, this is watching. This is not the first time that Palestine, that the Gaza Strip has been attacked. It's an ongoing situation for years, and I just
started in World War I, right? Sorry, not to cut you. I believe that's like the history of it with the Brits and stuff too. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
No, sorry. Well, I mean, it's just like, I think people are just so ignorant that they don't. I mean, I'm not very knowledgeable, but I try to educate myself. The Jewish people, and they're I'm not gonna trash any Jewish people because they're good and there's good and there's bad. But Palestine took in the misplaced Jewish people when in 1948 when they were being massacred by and during the Holocaust. So all these Jewish people were displaced, and Palestine took some of these Jewish people into Palestine. And over the years, they've taken more and more of Palestine. They've taken the land. Over the years, they've taken over Palestine. And they when the Palestinians opened Palestine for them, because they were nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted the Jewish anywhere. So everybody's forgotten that. And to see how these people have taken over Palestine to so much that they're naming, they're calling Homos their own. They're taking Depka, they're calling it their own, and that makes me sick, makes me disgusted.
And the dates and the olives,
the dates, the olive trees, they're literally calling Depka their dance. They're calling Homos. They're calling it their own. They're taking Palestinian cuisine.
Yeah.
And making it their own. That's disgusting. I'm disgusted. And more so what's happening now. But I believe in a higher power. And the suffering of all the Palestinians, and especially Gaza, this is not going to go away. I've been watching the news from different sources. I don't know if it's true that I think you said earlier Syria or Lebanon was hit. Somebody said that.
It was Syria.
Russia and Iran just spoke out. They spoke out, and they stand with Palestine. So this is gonna stop, or we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, because if Russia and Iran get involved, we're all gone.
That's what I'm worried about.
I'm worried about that too. But you know what, Susu? I think that sometimes I just when I read these comments of these and again I know really nice Jewish people. Not all Jewish people are the same. But when I read these disgusting comments from these people who are still saying these disgusting things, I think that sometimes the world needs cleansing. And this is not the first. This world has gone through so much cleansing in its time. And when I see such black hearts on the comments that these people are putting out there, maybe we need cleansing. Maybe this world needs cleansing, because the hatred that I see is disgusting.
I agree with you so much.
I don't think she means cleansing like killing people.
No, of course not.
Like,
no, not
words. The hatred in your words. That's what
yes,
she means.
No, of course, if nobody wants to die, but there has to be some kind of cleansing. I don't know how. I don't know what it's gonna take to clean this hatred and some of these people that I'm just reading, I'm watching. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm sad. I think more than anything makes me really sad that I don't know how these people were raised. I raised my kids. My kids are adults. They're married, and we march for it. We march for the African American rights. We march for the LGBT community. We march. We march for the Asians. We march. We march for justice. For justice of mankind. And when I see these hatred comments from these people, it just confirms to me. It just confirms to me where they come from. And so, Susu, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry for these people,
Okay.
and I'm really sorry that you're such hateful comments from people that clearly have no hearts. And they talk about children, and they talking about, I see them talking about children, but you know what? I don't. Do they have any children? Because you know what? If this is the hatred that they're speaking of, what kind of children are they raising? They're going to raise animals.
I don't understand. I just can't comprehend that. Yes, Israel lost. I think that the number is 40 babies were killed. Right? I seen that somewhere. Whatever. I seen it again in the comments.
But how many Palestinian children?
Oh no, of course. But this is the thing. It's like, but how is that a reason to say, okay, well now Palestinian kids need to die? Like, where's that logic? That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, so like, what makes no sense to me also too, not to cut you off or anything, is, Palestinians have been going through this for so many years, right? We know this. They've been going through this for so many years, but they can still stand up and do Black Lives Matter protests while they're being attacked by Israel. They do protests for everybody. They're standing up for people while they're being prosecuted. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just can't see how anybody with a logic mind could sit there and look at Palestinian people or the people of Palestine and truly believe that these are evil people. Like, imagine your country, like, imagine I'm in Canada and Russia comes here and they're trying to take over, and they're doing so, you know what I mean? They're pushing us, they're turning our water off, they're crushing us, right? And then I'm protesting for people across the world. You know what I mean? Like, there were protests in Palestine for Black Lives Matter. They were standing up for Black people. Like, how, and you're saying these are these are bad people? Like,
hey, Kate. Hey, Kate, I just heard a little bit ago that they couldn't even confirm that the 40 babies that they keep claiming that they beheaded, that they asked for the proof of it, and they said they can't confirm it.
Of course.
I want to say something. I want to say something because I'm gonna leave. But I just want to say something just to end, and I'm gonna let someone else get a chance. But I work with kids, and I've had Jewish babies under my care. I've had a very diverse children under my care, and even though my children are half Palestinian, and we just learned that the gravesite for my kids' grandparents was bombed. My daughter's husband, who's from Gaza, his two of his childhood friends were found dead under the rubble just in these days.
Wow.
So I work in childcare, and I work in a very diverse area in Chicago. I have Jewish babies in my care, and I have very diverse children.
That's fine.
I love my Jewish babies from Jewish parents just as much as I love Mexican babies.
There's one thing you have to understand, Jew, is there's a lot of people that do the indoctrin they're putting, since they're small kids, since their young age, they're putting in their head that this is your enemy, this is your enemy, this is your enemy.
Yeah, just my message for the Jewish people, for the Jewish people who are listening to me. I work as a daycare center teacher. Under my care right now, I have two Jewish children, and with beautiful Jewish families, and I love them. And my opinion doesn't change because of what Israel is doing to my people, to the Palestinian people. I'll look at them tomorrow. I'll look at these children tomorrow. These Jewish. I understand. I understand. I understand. But for you Jewish people trashing and talking all this crap and being so evil against the Palestinians and what's happening to them, shame on you. Because tomorrow when I walk into my classroom and I'm taking care of my 2 Jewish babies, you know what? I look at them and I love them. And I love them because they're innocent. So shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Good night, Susu. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Assalamu alaikum, Susu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, well, I just because I've been looking for all these links and photos that everybody's been talking about, how they beheaded and how they raped this woman, which is, I know, is all bullshit because that's not in our Islam. Nothing. And they just confirmed not too long ago saying that they have no confirmation of proof that this happened. But it's just used as an excuse. It's to cover up all the bullshit that they got going on, basically.
I just don't agree with that because that's what I was saying earlier.
If somebody has the proof, because I see people in the comments, they keep saying, I have proof, I have proof. Send the links. Where's the links at? Because I don't see no links. Every time I ask for it, nobody has it. I mean, if the government don't got it, I don't know how you guys got it.
I feel like I said, they're just pushing it on the news so that the people of, America and all around the world can agree with what Israel is about to do.
Exactly.
Exactly what is about to do.
Saying in the comments, flatten Gaza, make it a parking lot.
Scary.
Basically, they're saying. Basically,
that's
they're
okay.
saying.
That's okay for them to say, make it a parking lot.
Exactly.
How about I say, let's make Israel a parking lot?
Right. Basically, it's okay. Exactly. And okay, let's go back to the Hamas thing. Okay, Hamas attacked you guys. Attack Hamas. Go build you have the strongest army in the world. Do your ground invasion, whatever the hell situation you're gonna do. But you're over here killing innocent children. You're killing children. 50% of the people in Gaza right now are children. And that's 2 million people. That's besides of all the wars that's been going on with all the people who've been slaughtered and bombed for all these years that's been going on.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, well, they gave them a warning to leave 8 hours. Where the hell are they going to go?
Exactly.
They're in prison. They have walls all around them. And the only place they were able to go out of was the Egypt the Egypt area. And they bombed that.
I think they just want to slaughter everybody. I feel like they don't want to.
No, that's what they want to do. They want to kill the rest of the Palestinians so they can take over the rest of Palestine. Yeah. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Just like they got everybody out of it. That's why everybody went to Jordan, Israel, and all these other countries. They had to flee.
Lebanon.
Yeah, Lebanon. I mean, everywhere, anywhere you could think of.
It's disgusting. Like I said, I was saying earlier, it's almost
like it's like their Holocaust, but for us for 75 years.
Yeah, I feel it's like I said earlier,
and that's what you got to understand. What my father used to tell me, don't do things to some people that you don't like to be done to you. This is a simple philosophy, okay? And if it's true, okay, now I doubt it, okay, but if it's true that they lost so many millions of Jews during those wars, and Hitler did what he did. Okay? I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying, learn from that. Don't do to others what has been done to you.
100%. And honestly, growing up from school and watching the Holocaust, well, I felt bad. I still feel bad to this day. I mean, I still don't believe. Listen, even what just happened, and I don't agree. Haram, man. It's kids, it's children, it's people, it's civilian lives. I don't wish death on nobody, But let me tell you something. You've been poking the bear for 75 years. You've been attacking them. There's going to be a time where people are going to retaliate.
And shrinking their territory and doing a open sky prison.
Yeah. They're trying to do a constant cleaning, man. That's what it is.
Do you think it's going to be? Do you think in a few hours? I think it's in about 8 to 12 hours. The ship is going to be in the Mediterranean near the Israeli and Lebanese coast. Okay.
The U.S.
Do you think that this is sending peace? I'm stuck here right now, and let me tell you something. It's not looking good, guys.
No, it's not.
Really
Honestly, I have a bad feeling. And you know what? Haram, these people have been locked in Gaza and those walls since what? I think 2006. What about 17 years? 18 years. They cannot leave or go anywhere.
I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a true story, okay? There was a multi-millionaire Palestinian. He's a businessman that opened businesses in Germany, in Europe, other countries in Europe, and always kept coming back to Palestine. Okay, he had land. He learned how to cultivate fruits and all that. Okay, just because his land is between two Israeli owners, and he has a big piece of land. They didn't want him to succeed. They cut the water to his land, and this guy's paying taxes like everybody else. You understand that the oppression, even in open territory, they want him to get out. They're doing this so they can run away. They want, you know, in history, even in the Bible, they say that the next war is going to be the religion war. They say le croissant du mal, the crest of the I don't know how to say it. If you can help me out there in English, because my English is, I live in Quebec, sorry. But so they want that open war. Syria, look, they bombarded Syria, they bombarded Palestine, they bombarded Lebanon, and they're going down. That's the Yale that they want to fight Israel and the States, the Kazakhs, because they want to put this whole area controlled by Israel. They want to make the big Israel. It's not going to happen. I hope the people wake up. I hope the people stand up. I hope the world stands up, man. I hope the world stands up, because we're going into deep shit. And you know what I hate? I hate when it's too calm here in the South. And I'm in South Lebanon right now, and it's been very, 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 very calm. And when you have too much calmness like that, it doesn't smell or feel good.
Yeah, that's not making me feel very happy or comfortable. I'm going to talk to my dad tomorrow morning and book him a flight back.
It's in the morning here, Habibi. It's right now. It's 8 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock.
And then when I wake up in the morning, so it'll be بعد الظهر عنكم.
Yeah, in the afternoon here. I just wanted to throw that. And let me tell you just one thing, people. See, I want to bring you back in history and 9/11. Okay, 9/11 was done. It was an insurance shot, and they wanted to see if they could succeed, and they did. Okay, it's an insurance shot. They stole hundreds of billions of dollars from the United States banks. Just to tell you, and it's the same Kazakhs, guys. You gotta do research. You gotta do research on that.
You know, I also heard that Egypt warned Israel a week prior to what happened just recently.
Yeah,
what was going to happen, and they ignored it.
Very true.
So, right? They have the best military in the world. They have
the best
iron
communication military.
If a fly moves, they can see that fly. And you're telling me you couldn't see all that stuff that was going to happen?
Guys, don't forget the CIA offices in the States. They're the same. In the same offices, there's the Mossad. It's one unit. Don't think that the CIA is CIA for the United States of America, and you have the sorry, I don't want to make you laugh, but and the Mossad is for the Israelis. It's one office in the States. Guys, wake up. They knew exactly. Hey, it's so hard to walk in there. Okay? It's so hard to in Israel. You're controlled by the cameras, guys. I have a doubt that this was set up, man.
I have a feeling too, along.
Oh yeah,
at the end of the day, the people that are going to pay the price. Somewhere. At the end of the day, the people that are going to pay the price is the innocent civilians, and that's
what I've been saying. Like I'm in my bed now, I can't freaking sleep because my brain is running right and left. Everybody from the house. I live. I stay at my father's cousins, bint khaltu labayi. Okay. I don't have a house here in the south. So they all left for Beirut except her husband and me. And they're like showing me the door. Like here's the za'atar, here's the cement, here's the, put them in your luggage. Like, I don't want to leave. Fuck. But they're showing me the door. So you want me to go where? To Beirut? Where the freak do you want me to go to Beirut for? I'm telling you, it's too calm right now. It's too calm. Yesterday, in the same areas, there was a couple of bumps, but not in. Well, you could hear them from far, but not in my city, not in my town. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And I've been seeing those. Susu, I don't know if you know about them, but they say the Hezbollah pickups are the white pickups with the beige tissue on it. Those are the Hezbollah pickups, Toyotas. Yeah. Okay, and they bring in people. And in my village, there's a campment, 2 camps first. Okay, so and I could tell you they've been coming in full and leaving empty. So something is gonna happen from here. In my union journal, we have a newspaper at the union called the 301. Okay, and I wrote an article in September 2006, and I told them a very like in a few lines there. I did a resume of Lebanon's history and war, and what happened in 2006 and all that. And I got a lot of people that I opened up a lot of eyes, because I'm not a I don't take for one religion or for one party or not. I take for the people. You understand? In my point of view, all of these politicians that were in the war, if an example, if a warlord in Canada would not be able to sit on a deputy seat, we all know that. You understand? But over here, they're all warlords sitting down on those seats and transferring them to their kids. You know what I'm talking about, the Jean Plots, the Hariris, all of these guys. So, I'm not for this. I would love, from the bottom of my heart, a clean army that comes and takes them all, put them in jail, bring back all the money that they took from the people and bring them back to the country. Because Trudeau is coming with the same system in 2020, December 2020. He said at the parliament, he said, if the country is in debt, the people are responsible of it. So what happened in Lebanon when they took the bank accounts and they seized everything years ago?
Okay. I need to reset because I'm getting reported. I need to reset. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, bye.